listened to the Eminem album in the gym before I did this show. Because I don't want to just be one of those commentators that go, we're going to react off of everyone else's reaction and not do any homework. I'm doing the homework. I'm doing the hard work. I listened to the album. It's all right. So it's better than the last one. He did a lot of cursing on it. A lot of the old Eminem is back. But at the same time, he can't shut up about MAGA. It's good to see Eminem is super badass and still has TDS. Must be cool to be 50 years old and have TDS. Let's get into these lyrics. Here's the lyric right here that everyone is talking about in his song Lucifer. And let's just preface this, okay? At the beginning of the album, the song before the song about Candace Owens was titled I Evil. And it just talked about how evil he is. And so he goes from talking about how evil of a human being he is to then talking about Candace in the next song. So if you're evil, maybe I shouldn't listen to you. Just saying. Maybe you're in the wrong. Maybe you're the bad guy. I don't know. But in this song, he goes on to say, and Candace O. Great. I'm doing great. God, this is... I'm going to fire my producer. I'm firing myself. And Candace O. Specifically talking about Candace Owens.
Emotional damage.
I ain't going to throw the fact that we don't say those words here at the Derek O'Shea Show, okay? We just do this. We just press the buttons. I ain't going to throw the fact that forgot that she was black back at her. What does that even mean? Oh, because you're only allowed to act a certain way if you're black. Liberals aren't the racist ones, okay? Hey, what you doing, Blackie? You're not supposed to act like that. We're not racist. We're different. We just call you out and tell you how to act and how to think. It's different. And Lincoln was a Republican, but he's really a Democrat because Democrats have always wanted to free slaves and Republicans are the ones that wanted to have slaves. Wait, is that even historically correct? No. He goes on, laugh at her like them crackers, because I can say that. I'm white. Look at me. I am beaming in my whiteness. But I am step black. Everyone knows that here at the Derek O'Shea Show. I am step black, and I'm not afraid to actually admit that. Laugh at her like them crackers. She's been back in after her back is turned. Unreal. And then he goes on, in a cute MAGA hat. It is cute. Here at the Derek O'Shea Show, we know that MAGA hats are adorable. I'm gonna come. In a cute MAGA hat with their brand new White Lives Matter shirt. Something that happened like 20 years ago. He's gonna bring it back up. From like 20, hey.
Do you remember when you wore that MAGA hat?
Yeah, that was like 20 years ago. I remember. Some of these soundboards are so annoying. I remember. Oh God, what? It's just updating. Or say this MAGA dirtbag in a skirt. Just opened the biggest can of worms on the whole planet Earth. Called her Grand Wizard, Candace. That is so creative. Oh my God, you're the best rapper alive. Candace? I bet she's never heard of that. Mm-hmm. Or Grand Dragon. Or like National Anthem, I won't stand for the tramp. Why? In this Eminem album, he goes to call himself evil. He's basically Lucifer. He's basically the most evil person on earth. He can say whatever words he wants to use, and he doesn't care about these woke idiots. He goes on, he says all this stuff in all these songs, and then he goes on to talk about Candace Owens. It's like, you're almost there, bro. Just say that she's not Candace, she's Standis. Queen says, funny how Trump was the man around 2015, now he's Lucifer. Yeah, exactly. But here's her response. And that's what we care about at the Derek O'Shea Show. We want to know, what is Candace thinking? Is she going to stand for this? Is she going to allow a washed up 51-year-old rapper? It's just a mind thing in it. Doesn't it feel like a rap career should stop at age, I don't know, 25? Anybody that's rapping in their 50s and 60s, you're like, isn't it time to like change your music preference? It's like when I'm listening to hip hop, sometimes when I'm by myself, sometimes I'm just like, you know what, Derek, maybe we're going to listen to country next. Maybe it's time to finally realize country isn't that bad. Okay. Here we go with Candace Owens and her interpretation. Because I'm excited to see. And nobody loves a grifter like I do. And if there's an opportunity, if someone calls you out in a rap song, you have to make a video about it. You can't just allow it to roll over. This is content. This is what we dream about as content creators. Somebody calling you out and then you go, oh, I don't even have to think about a video. It's already made for me. Okay.
Because there's a lot happening here. First thing I want to say is Eminem is obviously a gay man. It's very sad that Eminem...
What did you just say? That's the loudest I can get it to, by the way. I apologize.
Because there's a lot happening here. First thing I want to say is Eminem is obviously a gay man. It's very sad that...
Eminem is a gay man. Great. We found out today that Lincoln is gay and now Eminem is gay. These are changing.
Eminem cleaned out his closet but never came out of his closet. But let's get to these lyrics. I'll read them to you. He writes or says or raps, and Candace O, I ain't mad at her. I ain't gonna throw the fact BITCH forgot she was black at her. Oh, laugh at her like them crackers she's backing after her back is turned in a cute MAGA hat with her brand new White Lives Matter shirt. Haha, nope. Or say this MAGA dirtbag in a skirt just opened the biggest can of worms on the whole planet Earth.
No.
Call her Grand Wizard, yeah.
Candace, ha 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 ha.
Or Grand Dragon, or like the national anthem, I won't stand for the tramp. Why? But I can diss her, because my plans are to get in her pants, and I'll blow my chance if I answer back to her. Oh, but I can't diss her, because his plans are to get in my pants.
Oh. Eminem still thinks he can pull. No way. Queen says, Eminem going through his rich old weirdo phase like Madonna and Michael Jackson. Yes. Yeah, he's like, yeah, I can still pull Candace Owens. Look at me, I'm 51 years old rapper. I used to be the hot guy on TRL. BKL says, hey, Derek and friends watching from Cape Cod, Mass. Yes. Send more migrants that way. Cape Cod, Mass. Joe B is lying his ass off right now. Is Joe Biden talking? Then he is.
You disgust me. Okay, a lot going on here. I think first and foremost, I just would like to again remind people that he is in fact a struggling internally gay man, and so there's a lot.
Okay, you said it the first time. You don't have to say it again. Now it's not funny anymore, Candace. You gotta pull back, girl. The first time it was funny. I'm cleaning out my closet. You're done. You just keep reiterating it. It's not funny.
Happening with Eminem, and we should pray for him. On the second point, the way that we know that is because he's actually recycling things that black women have said about me on the internet. Like he's pretending this is original, calling me Candace. It's not.
Thank you. I told you it wasn't real.
He's just recycling the black women that don't like me on the internet, have a lot of names for me, one of them being Candy O. So he's like funny. Watched what they're saying, and I guess someone who was listening to him in the booth was like, yeah, this is a good one. Yeah, drop the beat. They're really going to like that. By the way, there's a second song he also dropped. This one's called Bad One. And the lyrics are this about me.
He's got two songs about her? I didn't even know that. God. Maybe he has like a secret crush on Candace Owens. It's like everybody and every party. It's like, who is your forbidden fruit? For most on the right, it's AOC. In the chat, who is your forbidden fruit from the people from the other side of the aisle? Get in the chat, let me know.
Yeah, this whole subgenre with all these corny white rappers, I'm not a fan of it. It ain't my fault, but like sock puppets, I had a hand in it. This $1,000 in my hand is just like what Candace did when she turned her back on her own race, because I have abandoned it. Oh my, so cool.
Candace Owens is devastated. She's never gonna recover. Oh my God, she's literally crying.
That's a tough one.
Keep off the grass, she's married. Nuh-uh, Multi-Sean. Eminem said he could still pull her.
That's so tough. The black community is gonna be going crazy.
Thank you, we are.
I don't think that's gonna happen at all.
Not bad.
Actually, I'm doing this because I wanna help him go viral because this is sad. This is very sad. I want you to feel sad for Eminem.
Okay.
Because this is just not the way
I feel sad
for someone's career to go down the drain. And I want us all to do our part to
Amen.
help make Eminem relevant again at the very least. And he can be relevant just by me speaking about him. He understands that. By the way, I did TMZ earlier. They were asking me, like, you know, in part, though, aren't you honored that someone who is recognized as the greatest white rapper of all time is that
the greatest rapper of all time.
dedicating all this time to you? And I said no, because it would have meant something if he was at his prime. As an example, Dave Chappelle, he made a really, honestly, it was kind of a hideous joke about me. I didn't think the joke itself was funny, but I did appreciate the fact that Dave Chappelle, who is the most famous comedian in the entire world at the peak of his career, was mentioning me on stage.
Same.
Like when he was very sad about George Floyd and he did this whole skit and he said some awful things about me. I did have that moment where I went, wow, Dave Chappelle knows who I am. This is not that with Eminem. He is not.
This is a missed opportunity. I wanted her to come back with some bars. Come on. We know you have bars, Candace. Don't hold back on us. The Daily Wire was holding you back. Now, Crisis King bars. Let it rip, girl.
At the peak of his career, he's at the end of it. His career should have ended like 15 years ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And so
that's what I was saying. People over the age of 50 shouldn't be rapping. Give it up. It's time to be like Lil Wayne and do your rock album.
Not a rapper that's at the top. He's actually doing he's going through a strategy that a lot of new rappers do, where they find out who is the big rapper and they start a beef, right? He's like, oh, nobody knows who I am, so I'm just gonna start a beef with Candace Owens, and he's just fading out of the American mindset entirely. So this is
okay. I'm getting bored of this. Is anybody else bored of this? I didn't read her clap back, but I thought it was gonna be epic. Come on, Candace. When someone is talking about you, you bring it, girl. You bring it. And know who's gonna bring it? My man Xavier. He's gonna break this down. This has gotta be better, right? This is gonna be better. Hashtag Pride Month, so we know it's gonna be good.
Can white liberals please stop telling black people how to be black? Now walk with me.
All right.
Eminem is the latest white liberal man who has decided to degrade Candace Owens and remind her that she's black. Well, it's reminding me of when a particular leftist told black people who don't support him, then you ain't black. You would think that a man who has spent his entire career being reminded that he's white would understand the ignorance that that statement holds. Now, it is no secret that Candace Owens and I don't align on some recent issues, and that's okay because we are both independent free thinkers. But one thing that is not going to slide is Candace Owens, a black woman who started an entire nonprofit to empower black communities, being called a Klansman because she doesn't align her views with what Slim Shady thinks she's supposed to be pigeonholed into believing. If Eminem ever tried to defend his views against an intellectual like Candace, he'd feel more pressure than a submarine going to see the Titanic. The name of the debate, Ocean Gate.
Now that's a clapback. Walk with me. If Candace, I'm a big fan. Xavier DeRusio. We're big fans here. We're huge fans. Yes, queen. I was like, you better say Ocean Gate. And you did. You did not disappoint. Here's what I have to say about Eminem's. You're done for. You just came after Standis. Wait till you hear my wrath. 65 years old, but I still have bars.